battle on the Imjin River, the British 29th Brigade, which included the Northumberland Fusiliers, the Royal Ulster Rifles, and the Gloucestershire Regiment, were paying the price of defending the capital. Ordered to hold their ground, the Gloucesters became isolated. After 3 days of non-stop fighting, they still faced wave upon wave of attacking Chinese infantry.
That morning, in the company that I was commanding, we had 2 major attacks against us, repelled partly by ourselves, by a brief counterattack, but thanks mainly to the air weapons used by our own people against the enemy advancing and by our gunners. But one dreadful thing happened in that the gun line itself was in danger of being captured, and it then had to withdraw, and they warned us that they could only give us another hour of close artillery support.
On the 3rd day of the battle, the enemy battalion retreated to a hill. Our translators intercepted a message on the radio. We couldn't tell if the accent was American or British, but the message told the enemy to retreat before 12 noon. After that, the artillery would cease and they would have no cover.
A number of soldiers, misguidedly believing that I was going to lead them out, had attached themselves to me. And as we reached the southern end of the valley and began to get close to ascending over the ridge at the far end, the Chinese on the hilltops all round began firing at us. Not into us, but closer and closer, firing in naval parlance, shots across our bows. And it came closer, and it came to the point where we were either going to stop or they were going to start hitting us. So I said to the soldiers with me, smash your weapons, and then put them down. It was a moment of great shame. I was tired after the long days of battle and not a great deal of sleep, and I felt very ashamed that it had ended in this way, but I felt it was the only thing we could do.
When the prisoners came down from the hill, we gathered them together and asked them to sit on the ground. They seemed to lack a sense of reality. They had not eaten for several days and wanted to go back to their trucks to get food. Of course, we did not allow them to go and told them the trucks now belonged to the Chinese people. So we asked them to sit down, and in a couple of hours they were taken to the rear.